Alright, happy lockdown everybody, it's Cash Night again, and I feel a bit better. I tried to record this video a couple of minutes ago, and I kept getting instructions. But on the plus side, I went and got my glasses. Now I can see. Right? Yeah, I look like shit, but it's one of those. Right, but I've got coffee, still tired. I'm going to do something different today. It's not a vlog video, it's not a ranking video, it's not a review, and it's not Cosmosis. Obviously, I ain't gonna be tired with me. And I just had this idea that maybe I'm going to do not so much a top 5. I'm going to do 5 because it was a bit difficult, especially running on hardly any sleep. I'm going to give you 5 albums which I think are overrated. Okay, you know, back in the day, people would say, like, you want to get into this band, check out this album or this song. Well, you know, they'd usually say check out the album. I don't know whether that still stands, but yeah, when I was a lot younger, people say check out this album, and then you'll either love it or you hate it, and that would give you a rough perspective of the band. So, like I said, I've got no particular order. I'm just gonna get straight into this. This is what I think, the albums that I think are overrated. This is probably a part 1. I'm off the top of my head, I know there is one more, but I'm gonna do 5. Okay, so first up, we've got Toys in the Attic by Aerosmith. This was 1975. You know, in the last video, I couldn't see the whatever they are, copyrights, and I had to guess. Luckily, I got it right. Yeah, I should remember it's 1975, but it's one of them where you just question yourself: is that the right year? Is that the right thing? But that aside, let's just take out the book. Take out the book, for example. For some reason, I've got 2 books in my copy. I don't know why. Okay, so there's the cover, and I'm not a fan of the cover art. Very dated looking. I know there are albums before this time and during this time, and that just looked boring to me. I know there's a lot going on, but it's too dull for me. Maybe they just couldn't afford the artist, so they just got some cheap job. And then there's all this, which simple photo. Yeah, but the artwork is not why I'm pulling it up. It is quite simply the album itself, right? So a lot of people know this album for Walk This Way. You know, if you're not an Aerosmith fan or you don't know much about music or Aerosmith in general, Walk This Way is on this album, the original version, not the Run DMC version. And a lot of people, and for a while, for the first couple of times I listened to this album, it seems to be the only song that was any good for me. That's because I used to skip straight to it. I didn't bother with the rest of the album. But having listened to it for years and just going over it and over and just the whole track listing, I'm finding this a particularly weak album. You know, I'm thinking it's overrated. The amount of stuff in the magazines and online, like Toys in the Attic, great. I know that there's a bit of I can't think of the word. It's either Toys in the Attic or Rocks. I did prefer Rocks, in all honesty. It might be cliche considering the type of music I tend to listen to, but I think there's a lot more salt in Rocks. There's nothing on there. No pun intended there. Damn it. I can't get used to this mootosh. Right. So you got Toys in the Attic, the title track. Great song. Really good song. I enjoy that. I like it. It was covered by Warrant in 2001, and they did a pretty good cover as well. But then it just drops the ball. For me, it just drops the ball with Uncle Salty. It's just weak. It's like a B-side, or didn't make it to the album. One of them songs. And then you got Adam's Apple, which is a little bit better for me. Walk This Way, The original version, tired of hearing it. So that doesn't even stand out for me anymore. Then you got Big 10-inch Record, obviously tongue-in-cheek, and a bit cheesy, but it's B-side material. That's, yeah, what more can you say? You listen to that, it's B-side. There might be some people who really enjoy that, and if you think Big 10-inch Record is the best song on this album, let me know, because I don't think anyone can agree with you. Because the best song on this album, in my opinion, is the next track, Sweet Emotion. Great song. I can still listen to this and not get annoyed with it. You know, it's one of them that doesn't get played too much. It does get played a lot, but not half as much as Run DMC with Walk This Way. Then you got No More, No More, which drops the ball again. Round and round, doesn't really pick it up. And then You See Me Crying just really leaves it. That's why this album to me is so overrated. So there you go. That's my... It's not number 5, but it's one of them. So there's going to be a lot of hate anyway in this video, because everyone's going to be like, it's the gospel. It's like the Bible. And blasphemy. No. No, that's my opinion. I think they're overrated. Okay, so... Next we've got 1977. Bah, hell. Meatloaf and Steinman. The original one. And this is one that's going to get a lot of hate. I know that. The title track is great, and I can still listen to it. But then it kind of drops it for me, you know. I have to look on here. The back of my case is ruined. So I've got to read the track listing from here. And it's been that long since I played it. Yeah, I just whack on a best of if I want to listen to it, but hell, there you go. And obviously the original version, I think that is still on some of the best ofs, or one of the best ofs, whatever. Okay, so but hell, the original version, the full length, great song. I enjoy it, still like it. But then you took the words right out of my mouth. It's okay, right? I do like it, but I think it drops the ball. You know, with going from this epic that was the title track, and then just it slows down, and then Heaven Can Wait. Just don't like it. I really don't like it. All Revved Up with No Place to Go. It's a bit better, in my opinion. It picks up the pace. I like it. And then you got the song that everyone loves. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I don't like it. I haven't liked it for decades. When I heard it for the first maybe 10 times, I liked it. And then it's just like, it's so boring, so generic. I don't know. I just don't like it. And Paradise by the Dashboard Light, that's okay. It picks up the pace. It's a bit of an epic going on. But it still lacks for me. And then for Crying Out Loud, you know, it says it itself. Crying Out Loud, why put it on the album? Crying Out Loud was just absolute filler. There's not much I can say about this album. It's just the title track that really stands out for this. And that's the only reason I have this album. Well, it's two reasons. I have this album for the title track, the full-length version, and to complete my collection. Other than that, I wouldn't buy it. Yeah, because I heard it before. Whereas things like Midnight and the Lost and Found, I'd never heard it. Yes, it's the bottom of my list. I don't think it is the bottom of my list, actually. But it's one of the really, really bad albums. But I'd never heard it, bought it, and I already had a little bit of a collection going on, and so that's why. It's the only reason I bought Bad Hell. Coffee break. Next, I've mentioned this before recently. We're going to 1980 with the British Steel album. Judas Priest. British Steel, 1980. It's not a bad album, but I think like, well, this whole video is overrated, and I mentioned it in my ranking video. It's just everyone goes on about British Steel. It's on T-shirts. It's on this. It's on that. And there's so many better albums out there. And you take, I don't know, take Screaming for Vengeance, for example. It's better. And even Painkiller, Turbo, it's all better than this. Sad Wings of Destiny, better than this. But this is the one that everyone just goes to, and everyone's drawn to this. Maybe it's the title, and this is in the UK. I don't know about worldwide, but you see these shirts all over the place. You got Rapid Fire, you got Metal Gods, you got Grinder, Breaking the Law. I did them in the wrong order, but who cares? You don't have to be old to be wise. I still never listened to it again. But Spaffing After Midnight, The Rage, and Steeler. And the bonus tracks, Red, White, and Blue, and Grinder Live. There's not a lot to say. I just think it's overrated. Yeah, okay. That's enough, Priest. Maybe it did break him in. I don't think it did. It broke him into the main scene. But it's just a filler album with a couple of hits. And that's the same with all of these. I think there's a couple of hits on them, and the rest is just filler. Next, we're going up to 1984 with 1984 by Van Halen. Again, the cover art is a bit overused, not as overused as some of the others. But this one, to me, it's just got 3 songs which are any good. And the only one I could listen to, again, really, is Panama. Okay, so you got the title track, 1984, an instrumental. It's about a minute long. And I think it's a waste of time. It's a good intro for Jump, the next track, but Jump has been so overplayed, and that's the biggest hit off this album, Jump. Well, I don't know actually, because after Guitar Hero, whatever it was, you got Hot for Teacher. Okay, we'll get to that in a bit. And then you got Panama. I like that song. I still like it. It's upbeat. And it's a bit more fun, and the video is fun. And now, having seen the video, well, I saw the video years ago, but after I've saw the video, the intro to the song, I can't help but think of Dave sort of flying across the stage on a wire with the stereo, just in that intro, and that's classic. But then you got Top Jimmy, and yes, it is very Van Halen-y, but this was one of the first Van Halen albums I heard, so essentially it is Van Halen to me, but it's not that good. Drop Dead Legs, again. And then what would be the B-side, or side 2 of the LP. Now, I got this on LP first. And when I first heard side 2, I heard the intro to Hot for Teacher. I thought the needle was skipping, because I bought it secondhand. I thought the record was stuck or something. Didn't realise there was a pattern to it, but yeah, that one's been way overplayed. With, like I said, Guitar Hero, whatever it was, and everyone's like, Hot for Teacher this, Hot for Teacher that. And lyrically, it's not that great. Well, vocal melody, there's nothing to it. It's just talking, apart from the chorus, obviously. And nah, don't want to hear it again. And then I'll Wait. I really don't like that song. Never have done. It's just it's creepy in its own way and so diminished. I don't know whether it's diminished chords that are playing, but it just sounds so sad. Don't like it. Girl Gone Bad, it's a bit better. And you got House of Pain. Cliche title, but like I said, B-side material. It's a shame, because it was the last album done with the original lineup. Well, no, not anymore. No, it was. I think it was, because I think it's Wolfgang on A Different Kind of Truth. But yeah, 1984, or MCMLXXXIV. I'm so used to saying MCMLXXXII, which is 1982. And fun fact, when I got this on LP, it had a big sticker which had the Roman numerals, which are up there. I believe they're there and there, thinking about it. Big sticker, just covering. Yeah, I think it was just strategically placed to cover the cigarette packets. Probably a PMRC stunt, who knows. And then the final one, we're going to 1988. Can you work out what it is? Yeah, let's see it. Can you work out what it is? Do that. No? No. Ah, forget it. Lita by Lita Ford. This does have a little bit more to it than the rest, for me anyway. But the first song on it just killed it. The first song is just so. It's not an album opener. It's Back to the Cave, right? I really don't think that should have been put as the first song on the album. It's so slow, and so I don't know. It just doesn't work as the album opener. And then you got track 2, Can't Catch Me. Great song. I love that song. It's, in my opinion, it's the best song on the album. That should have been track 1. But then it drops it again with Blueberry. It's just so, just boom. You go from Can't Catch Me to Blueberry. So you got this fast pace going on, Can't Catch Me, Blueberry. And then Kiss Me Deadly, which everyone knows. It's still an alright song, but it's practically the only song that is ever played by Lita. Personally, I do prefer the Dangerous Curves album. I think it's a lot better. And then you got Falling In and Out of Love, which is an alright song. It's nice. It's got a little bit of power to it. Fatal Passion, that picks up the speed again, and that's another one of my favourites of this album. But then Under the Gun just drops it. Again, completely drops it. And Broken Dreams, just so mellow. And then you got Close My Eyes Forever with Ozzy. And yeah, okay, they're under the same management. It's not a bad song. But again, I've heard it that many times. And what's really weird is that song, I don't think it's appeared on any of Ozzy's albums. Or was it? No Rest for the Wicked came out in the same year. And that wasn't on there. Strange. But that's that. Just Lita by Lita Ford. And just to set the record straight, I'm not slamming any of these artists. I just think that these albums, which are recommended to a lot of people, or they were recommended to me to be the first albums that I'd hear by the specific band, I just think they're overrated, and they've done so much better either before or after that album. In a lot of cases, it was after that specific album, but in a few of them, it's before. For example, Van Halen, Women and Children First, great record. I really enjoy that record. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, Killing Machine, or Hellbent for Leather, depending on which area of the world you're from. Even Stained Class, right? But yeah, and then Aerosmith, it was after Toys in the Attic. So yeah, they progressively got better, then they got worse, then they got better, then they stopped writing their own music. But that's that. This is my sort of 5 albums which I believe are overrated. I don't know what you think. It's up to you. I mean, put it in the comments what albums you think were overrated, albums that were recommended to you, and you just listen to like, I don't want to hear the rest of the band after hearing this. And luckily, in my case, I did listen to more than just those albums. Thankfully, because there are a lot better albums. And it's something to learn from. Yeah, so leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, And stay safe. So, Mamsabula, I'll catch you next time. I hope you've enjoyed this little sidestep. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Yeah, I think I might do a part 2 if I can find. I just have to really concentrate on what albums, because in some cases you recommended an album and you're like, yeah, this album's good, but like in that case, no. So I've got to look through and see what albums are overrated, in my opinion. Mamsabula, catch you later.